It's time for St. Lucia Magazine, your monthly wrap-up. Hello, welcome to this special presentation of St. Lucia Magazine, the GIS Year in Review. I am Nivalo Geist.
And I am Kishma Seri. Thank you so much for joining us. The curtains have closed on 2024, and what a year it was. St. Lucia experienced some of her greatest accomplishments this year, and it was absolutely incredible to be a part of it.
Stay with us as we bring you highlights and developments of the last year, with the major investments, policy, health, tourism, festivals, and Olympic glory. Let's revisit the stories of 2024.
The review begins with action from the government of St. Lucia on the St. Jude Hospital project. The government secured a multi-million-dollar funding package for the hospital's reconstruction, reaffirming its commitment to delivering this long-awaited healthcare facility to the people of the South. With construction now actively progressing, the government remains on track to honoring a promise for the completion of St. Jude.
So we'll start from here.
On August 16th, 2024, Prime Minister Honorable Philip J. Pierre, along with Minister for Health Honorable Moses Jebaptiste and other government officials, toured the site of the St. Jude Hospital reconstruction project and received an encouraging progress report on the construction status.
That most of the things that need to be concealed in the ceiling, those are completed, and we have also started with the ceiling. So we have made a significant progress in terms of covering those things. So pipes, all the ductings, all plumbing, all electrical, everything is completed. So including running all the wires, all the boxes, all the conduits, wiring, everything is completed.
Currently, the construction is concentrated on some of the critical internal aspects of the St. Jude Hospital. The mechanical, electrical, and plumbing, or MEP infrastructure, is a complex and crucial component of the new St. Jude Hospital.
All these works are completed. You could see the fire, electrical, plumbing, all these works are completed. So once this ducting is over, this area will also be covered. So practically this entire area should be done in 2 weeks' time. What takes time in this is to do the MEP works. That is what takes more time in any of the works to be completed. The other things and those are the works that you actually don't see it as a progress, because all this is concealed. What we see is more aesthetic works. We see painting, tiling, ceiling, but it is actually the easier part of the work. So the most complicated part of the work is to get the MEP right, which you don't see because most of it is concealed. So as we have completed these works, I think the rest of the works will progress pretty fast, and we'll make a good headway we'll make a good progress in the coming days.
A team of technical experts are handling the installation of the MEP infrastructure to ensure optimal functionality at the new St. Jude Hospital.
The Ministry of Health continues to roll out universal healthcare as a phased approach. The government has prioritized services in hypertension and diabetic screening and treatment, maternal and child health services, and free medical care for 80-plus citizens. In 2024, government's effort to ensure equitable access to essential health services for all citizens advanced through donations to the ministry in different areas. And here is a recap.
In February, the Pan American Health Organization donated defibrillators to the Ministry of Health, Wellness and Elderly Affairs. The health organization continues its commitment to the improvement of the health sector in St. Lucia and around the region.
We know, of course, the significance of NCDs, or non-communicable diseases, to our population, affecting the health of our population. And so today we are here with our partners, PAHO, receiving 10 defibrillators which have been very kindly donated to the health system in St. Lucia. We commit at the ministry to ensure that those pieces of equipment are utilized in the most effective and efficient manner, and to ensure that the persons who need it the most have access to it.
As of Monday, December 2nd, the Ministry of Health, Wellness and Elderly Affairs increased the men's health clinic services under universal health coverage. This expansion covers prostate cancer screening and PSA tests. The Men's Health Clinic expanded services now provide men with the space and the privacy they require to be properly checked at the various wellness centers in their communities. December saw the opening of the Dr. Betty Wells Urban Polyclinic, Phase 1, which is located at the Dr. Winston C. Paris Medical Complex, formerly Victoria Hospital. And health officials have stated that the running of the polyclinic has been going smoothly.
The official phased opening of the Dr. Betty Wells Urban Polyclinic took place on Monday, December 16, 2024, marking a significant milestone in the Ministry of Health's mission to enhance access to healthcare services. The transition of medical services from the Castries and Leclerc Wellness Centers to the Dr. Betty Wells Urban Polyclinic has been described as smooth and efficient, with health officials reporting a successful start to operations. Dr. Delphina Werner, Senior Medical Officer for Medical and Urgent Care at the Dr. Betty Wells Urban Polyclinic, provided an update on the facility's operations since its opening.
The Ministry of Health is very pleased so far with the opening of the Dr. Betty Wells Urban Polyclinic. As you know, we have been experiencing some issues in Castries Wellness Center, which had been operating from the Leclerc Wellness Center. So we recognized that this was just inadequate to accommodate all of the patients in the Castries Basin. And so we're very happy to officially be able to welcome patients here at the Dr. Betty Wells Urban Polyclinic. So far, we have been open from December 16th, which was Monday, from 8 a.m. to midnight every day. And we have been seeing patients coming in. And I'm sure as the word spreads, we will see more and more of our patients in the surrounding areas coming in to receive their treatments here at our new facility.
Some of the services offered at Dr. Betty Wells Urban Polyclinic will include National Eye Clinic services, urgent care, medical clinic, diabetic and hypertension clinic, pharmacy services, and minor wound management. The polyclinic will also make allowances for home visitation of clients who are not able to visit the clinic. The Minister for Health and Elderly Affairs also gave an indication to the upcoming projects in 2025.
In the new year, in 2025, we look forward to the completion of the Dr. Betty Wells Urban Polyclinic. As I've said before, work has started there and new services are being provided as we speak. Some of them started today, the 16th of December. The Groside Polyclinic will receive additional structures, and this polyclinic we are hoping to complete within 3 to 4 months, so that we can have a 24-hour service. We are also working on the Dennery Hospital to ensure that we increase the number of hours there. And the Grand Riviere the La Richou's Health Center will be opened in January.
With groundbreaking initiatives aimed at boosting economic growth, supporting local businesses, and fostering a thriving business landscape, supporting St. Lucia's people, and paving the way for a more sustainable economy, the year 2024 was an interesting one for finance, economic development, and commerce.
This government has made it very easy or easier in terms of tax. We've given an amnesty on all arrears of income tax. Never in the history of this country, never from this country's history has there ever been an amnesty on tax interest and tax penalties. And bear with me what that means. That means that if you collected VAT on behalf of the people of St. Lucia, and remember, VAT is collected on behalf of the government of St. Lucia, and you do not pay that VAT back to the government after you've collected it, there is normally a fine or some interest. This government has waived it completely. So we say to you, you just pay the VAT and that's it. Never before has that ever happened. This government has given, in terms of tax thresholds, the highest tax threshold again ever, $25,000.
The government of St. Lucia is providing more tax relief to residential property owners. On March 19th, 2024, Prime Minister Honorable Philip J. Pierre secured approval from the lower house of Parliament to amend the Land and House Tax Act to extend the tax amnesty on residential properties in St. Lucia. The amendment exempts local residential property owners and Sports St. Lucia Inc. from paying property taxes for the financial year 2023.
The primary purpose of this bill, Mr. Speaker, is to amend the Land and House Tax Act to grant a further extension of the special tax exemption on residential properties. And the second aim, Mr. Speaker, is a waiver of the tax owed on all properties owned and managed by Sports St. Lucia Incorporated, Mr. Speaker.
Local residential property owners get to keep that money and collectively save millions of dollars.
Our forefathers would be proud if we can build a society of equity and justice. This is why, on this 1st August 2024, my government is implementing the first ever new minimum wage for the workers of this country, which is effective from 1st October 2024. No worker in this country will earn less than $1,130 a month or $52 daily or $6.52 per hour. 13,000 people are expected to benefit immediately with salary increases as a result of that policy. As of this day, 1st August, the monthly payment of all pensioners who have contributed so much to our development will increase to $725 monthly. No government pensioner will receive less than that amount. Likewise, no national insurance pensioner will receive less than $500 monthly, which amounts to an increase in payment for 3,438 pensioners from today.
Key to St. Lucia's economic growth was the MSME loan grant facility, providing micro, small, and medium-sized enterprises with vital resources to expand and innovate.
Of 30% loan and 70% grant funding at an attractive interest rate of 3% with no collateral requirements. Since the program's launch, we've witnessed an influx of new business registrations, a marked increase in the number of sign-ups to our online business training sessions, and various attempts by business owners to formalize their operations. We applaud this attitudinal shift in the right direction. Remaining true to its intention, the MSME Loan Grant Facility continues to inspire prospective entrepreneurs and change lives.
A surge in investment interest highlighted the island's growing appeal to international investors, bolstering job creation and economic development.
Local and foreign investment plays a pivotal role in creating new jobs and upskilling our labor force to secure competitive salaries to support their families and contribute to the development of St. Lucia. The government is actively pursuing investment projects that will sustainably grow our economy, improve our infrastructure, and provide good-paying jobs for St. Lucians.
The St. Lucia-Taiwan Partnership Trade Show reinforced international ties, offering new avenues for local businesses to explore global markets. St. Lucia's business framework was further strengthened with the passing of the Insolvency Bill, offering businesses a clearer path to recovery in times of financial distress.
Insolvency occurs when an individual or company can no longer meet their debt obligations. For a business, this means that its liabilities exceed the value of its assets and income. The Attorney General expounded on the merits of the bill.
Now, this bill consists of many advantages to consumers and offers a level of protection for them. These advantages include: 1. Permits a borrower to negotiate a partial or total wipe-off of his debts. 2. Establishes a low-cost out-of-court restructuring process whereby borrowers can work with their creditors to negotiate a mutually beneficial solution. 3, gives borrowers the power to stop creditors from pursuing them. 4, permits borrowers to stop the sale of consumers' assets while they resolve their debt payments. It allows for protection of the primary residence of a debtor, where a certain amount of a debtor's equity in their primary residence is exempt from creditors.
On August 12, 2024, Taiwan committed $5,587,675 towards bilateral cooperation projects. The government then identified 6 key initiatives which will be funded under the bilateral cooperation projects.
But when you ask us, how do we use the Taiwanese grant funds, we can tell you exactly what we do with it, where is it, and how the people benefit. So the $5 million that we are getting today complements the government of Taiwan. We are going to be using it to benefit the people of St. Lucia.
In continued efforts to improve the business climate, government ministers and private sector leaders collaborated, addressing challenges and exploring new opportunities for a more business-friendly environment.
Yeah, my G. Yeah. The road clear, my G. Do road.
I don't feel now is the right side.
Are you mean by the road clear, my G? Do road 120. Yeah, man, that's how we do it, like real boss. Boy. Yes, that. Watch it.
Don't fall victim to peer pressure when driving. Your life and the lives of others are your responsibility. Drive safe. Arrive alive.
In 2024, the Youth Economy Agency of St. Lucia made significant strides in empowering young entrepreneurs and fostering economic growth. Established to provide business training and financing for aspiring entrepreneurs aged 15 to 35, the Youth Economy Agency has been instrumental in nurturing the next generation of business leaders. The Ministry of Tourism is said to have achieved remarkable success in 2024, with the sector receiving numerous accolades in the travel and leisure market, record tourist arrivals surpassing COVID years, and major infrastructural developments in the accommodation sector, with new hotel bills having been announced. Tourism officials have focused the industry growth potential on the creation of innovative leisure offerings, high-end visitor experiences in accommodations, and unique adventures. Additionally, the island's culinary mastery and thriving community tourism initiatives have garnered some popularity and visibility globally for the destination. We bring you some highlights from these momentous occasions.
I'm beaming. I'm really beaming for St. Lucia for this remarkable award, the best corporate retreat in the Caribbean. It speaks volumes. It speaks about the unwavering commitment of our industry partners and workers. We have destination management companies like DMCs, our trade partners out there, who really go out there and sell St. Lucia and sell what St. Lucia has. But also, in selling St. Lucia, you also need to curate activities and functions for people.
St. Lucia continues to flourish in several fields, as seen by American Airlines pilot Tevin Belasco's inaugural flight, which landed in St. Lucia, his birth nation, for the first time since becoming a pilot 9 years ago. The Ministry of Tourism hosted a ceremony to honor and commemorate the young St. Lucian's accomplishments.
It is sunny, just how it is all the time. This flight today is special for me, because this is the first time after 9 years becoming a pilot. I'm actually flying back home to the island of St. Lucia, where I was born and raised. I have my entire family with me, my parents, my sister, my brother, with me as well. And I just want to thank my parents so much for all the hard work they did for me and my brother. They sacrificed so much for me. They sold the land, they gave up the minimat just for me to go to school to become a pilot, and I'm very thankful for my parents for sacrificing so much for my brother and I. So hope you enjoy this flight. When we get to St. Lucia, they should have some type of festivities going on. So thank you so much, guys.
The achievements, consistency, and awards over the last few years have stimulated interest in St. Lucia's economy, and this became evident with a number of investors deciding to make the island a base for economic injection. These investments range from hotels to business complexes, and we invite you to view with us.
The government is actively pursuing investment projects that will sustainably grow our economy, improve our infrastructure, and provide good-paying jobs for St. Lucians. Prime Minister Pierre is ensuring negotiations with investors center on the needs of St. Lucian citizens and the prosperity of our country. Presently, hundreds of St. Lucians are employed and working on the following development projects currently under construction: the Courtyard Marriott at Point Seraphin, Galaxy Resorts at Canals in Miku, Cabot St. Lucia, the Casabah Beach Resort, and Secrets Resorts and Spa St. Lucia. Each of these projects will create new business linkages for local service providers and open the doors to new jobs and careers for our people when they officially open for business in the coming months.
The investments were not relegated to foreign investors, as the ministry ensured that various communities benefited locally. This stance saw the completion of several projects, including the Castries Market Box Park facility, the Groselet Beach Park, the Schwarzel Craft Center redevelopment, and the Canneries Market and Restaurant. In May 2024, Global Ports Holding, the world's largest cruise port operator, began managing cruise operations at Port Castries through its subsidiary, St. Lucia Cruise Port. This transformative investment will bolster St. Lucia's economy. Moving on to the housing sector, a number of strategic partnerships and policy shifts to build resilience to climate change in that sector occupied the government's attention in that area. The government, through various initiatives, has given meaning to housing as a human right, building on the successes of its housing repair initiative in 2023 to a continued robust push on a commitment to providing affordable, climate-resilient, and sustainable housing solutions for the country. This year, the Republic of China-Taiwan reaffirmed its partnership with St. Lucia by providing an EC $5,587,675 grant towards supporting 6 strategic development projects. These funds have been instrumental in strengthening capacity, improving climate resilience, and supporting economic growth through innovative housing projects.
The Ministry of Agriculture changed fortunes in the sector with a range of programs aimed at broadening the offerings and the possibilities for farmers.
The impact of Hurricane Beryl in 2023 was a critical issue addressed by the Ministry of Agriculture, as Minister Honorable Alfred Prosper, along with officials, visited farms and fishing villages across the island to assess the damage. Many banana and plantain farmers reported significant losses, while fishing communities faced damage to boats and infrastructure. In response to the challenges faced by farmers, the government of St. Lucia distributed $1 million Eastern Caribbean dollars to aid recovery efforts. Delivered through check payments, the funds helped farmers invest in fertilizers, equipment, and other essentials, sustaining production during challenging times. With a development objective of strengthening the enabling environment for the blue economy, the Unleashing the Blue Economy of the Caribbean UBEC project reallocated funding to the Contingent Emergency Response Component, CERC, to address food insecurity with a specific focus on enhancing fisheries, livestock, and crop subsectors to reduce food insecurity in St. Lucia. Funded by the World Bank, the project saw the Ministry of Finance and UBEC sign an agreement to distribute 34,000 bags of fertilizer across the island's 8 agricultural regions over a set timeline. The UBEC project under the CIRC began the distribution of 1,000 water tanks to livestock farmers island-wide, marking a significant step towards addressing food insecurity in the country. With a keen focus on enhancing the livestock subsector, the UBEC project aims to ensure a consistent water supply to sustain and strengthen livestock production.
Under Component 3 of this project and with funding from the World Bank, we are happy as UBEC to support the needs of livestock farmers, specifically as it relates to water security. The need was identified by the ministry based on their work in the field, but also on their relationship with farmers through the extension officers. It is well understood that a consistent supply of water is required not just for the normal operations of livestock farming, but also to facilitate expansion of the sector.
Because every year around this time, we go through a harsh, dry season. But we still expect the farmers to produce at the same level. We still expect to see the same amount of food by the market. We still expect to see the same amount of vehicles going to sell to marketing board, not realizing we are going through a period that is very challenging and difficult for our farmers. Today, with 1,000 gallon water tank, there must be a big difference compared with the other years, because those farmers will be prepared a lot more, because they would understand the impact and challenges that dry season can have with regards to water quality.
This project also saw the distribution of 2,000 water tanks to crop farmers across the country, as efforts continue to ensure a consistent water supply to help sustain and strengthen both crop and livestock production. Under the CIRC, 54,000 bags of lime calcium carbonate were also distributed to vegetable and banana planting farmers across St. Lucia. This initiative aims to improve soil health, enhance nutrient absorption from fertilizers, and support the growth of the banana and vegetable subsectors. Fulfilling one of the actions under the UBEC project, the Ministry of Agriculture also introduced 20 new animal breeds to St. Lucia. Sourced from various states in the USA, these breeds, including cattle, sheep, goats, and pigs, were selected for their resilience and adaptability to the island's tropical conditions.
We started by finding a suitable vendor, finding an area, a part of the world where we were assured that we could get the type of animals who were not susceptible to the sort of diseases that we've seen in the past. We were looking at animals that could survive the temperatures here in St. Lucia. So we eventually found a ranch in the US that provided support. They were able to identify pigs, cattle, sheep, and goats, and help our own team to visit these farms, identify them, pick them out, house them in quarantine for a while before they were eventually brought to St. Lucia.
We've ensured that our farmers and fishers are not just surviving, but thriving. We've made smart moves to empower our youth and women, ramped up sustainable practices, and even got our farmers to embrace climate-smart technologies, which are essential. But we didn't stop there. We kicked off initiatives that took our sector's productivity to new heights, from farmer field schools and training programs that brought out the best in our local talent, to signing agreements that will ensure we're ready for whatever challenges climate change throws our way. We've truly laid the foundation for long-term success.
When we come back, a recap of developments in education and national security.
Be your brother's keeper. Make the change. End the gun violence now.
A message from the Ministry of Equity, Social Justice and Empowerment.
2024 has been nothing short of remarkable for education in St. Lucia. The Ministry of Education has worked on its agenda to create pathways for success, announcing more awards of scholarships under the government's first-generation university graduate program, and ensuring that students of all ages are equipped with the tools they need to excel. St. Lucia continues to invest in its citizens' academic futures through agreements with the Monroe University and the University of the West Indies. In addition, 54 St. Lucians took advantage of government-sponsored scholarships to pursue higher education in Cuba, Taiwan, and Hungary.
To date, I can tell you in excess of 1,000 St. Lucians since we came into office have benefited as a result of direct government assistance to attaining higher education. And that includes the bursary program at the South Louis Community College, as well as university scholarships that have been given to young St. Lucians to pursue degrees in Hungary, Morocco, Serbia, Cuba, Taiwan, etc. And very, very prominent in this policy position is the first generation scholarship program that we've entered into with Monroe College, where at least twice a year we have a cohort of 50 persons enrolling at Monroe College to pursue bachelor's degrees. So as it stands now with Monroe College, we roll out 67 scholarships annually, 50 of which are first generation. And first generation speaks to individuals who are coming from households and families when nobody else in the family would have had access to university education. And we believe this is a very bold and progressive move on the part of the Philip J. Pierre-led administration.
Innovation was at the forefront of 2024 with the introduction of a digital curricula designed to enhance learning experiences. OECS Pearl projects and the Smart Classroom projects are now providing accessibility to students with varying needs, ensuring that no child is left behind. Technical and Vocational Education and Training, TVET, took center stage this year, with 4 schools converted into specialized TVET centers. These institutions now empower students with practical skills aligned with market demands.
The 4 schools being transformed into dynamic TVET centers are namely Angers Secondary, Grand Riviere Secondary, PI Secondary, and the Stanley John Odlum Secondary Schools. With the transformation of these schools, the Ministry of Education is seeking to achieve several goals, including providing a dynamic student-centered curriculum for diverse and inclusive education, establishing a work-based approach, aligning education with industry needs at local and international levels, enhancing human resource capacity and resilience through skill-based learning, and offering varied qualifications with multiple entry points to access these qualifications.
59 nationals have attained CVQ and NVQ certification through the Human Capital Resilience Project, HCRP, implemented by the National Enrichment Learning Unit, NALU. The culmination of their training was marked by a recently held graduation ceremony hosted at the Castries City Hall. The event theme, Journey into the Future, Ready to Embrace New Challenges, presented an apt reflection of the process taken by graduates to attain personal development.
Collaboration with international partners remains vital. A landmark technical cooperation agreement was signed to develop specialized programs under the Sports Initiative, focusing on technical skills.
50 individuals are expected to benefit directly from the recent signing of a technical cooperation agreement between the Taiwan Technical Mission in St. Lucia and the National Skills Development Center, NSDC. Initiated by the government of St. Lucia, the agreement provides a guarantee of funding for the sports initiative from the government of the Republic of China, Taiwan. Demand-driven assessment will follow career coaching, with completion of these items a critical part of the sports program. According to the General Manager of the National Skills Development Center, Dr. Selma St-Prix, areas of technical training made available will be determined by the skills, short and long-term goals of participants in tandem with external demand.
The program will include life skills, productivity enhancement training, or what we call PET, workforce readiness in the form of employability skills, first aid, which is pretty good for sports, entrepreneurship guidance, and technical vocational education and training.
The sports program is structured to engage participants from age 13 to 35 years.
From international partnerships to groundbreaking projects, 2024 was a year of transformative growth for education in St. Lucia. The ministry remains steadfast in its mission to empower every citizen through accessible, innovative, and inclusive learning opportunities. In 2024, youth development and sports had pride of place in the government's development agenda. The upgrade of the Darren Summit Cricket Stadium and the lighting of playing fields across the island were major achievements by the Ministry of Youth Development and Sports. Several training programs were also undertaken with a goal to foster creativity and social and emotional development. The acknowledgement of young people's achievements were also highlighted at Youth Awards. The USAID-funded Youth Resilience, Inclusion and Empowerment WIRE program, in partnership with the St. Lucia Social Development Fund, trained 75 professionals in trauma-informed care. This initiative strengthened the support network for youth, promoting resilience and mental well-being.
We looked at a lot of activities to do with tolerance, how to work in teams, how to resolve conflict, getting them to discuss their matters that affect them, allowing them to be able to say how they feel without being violent about it. Just teaching them those social interaction skills that are needed when we have to relate to each other.
St. Lucia launched its inaugural semi-professional football league, marking a significant milestone in the nation's football development. The semi-professional status, the SPFL, sought to motivate players to pursue football more seriously, with the potential for career advancement both locally and internationally. The SPFL also emphasized youth development, with initiatives aimed at identifying and nurturing young talent. This focus ensured a sustainable pipeline of skilled players for the future, contributing to the overall growth of football in St. Lucia. These and other efforts highlighted government's commitment to fostering a generation equipped for success in sports, education, and personal development.
St. Lucia's Semi-Professional Football League, SPFL, got its official launch Friday evening, giving the realization of a concept aimed at bringing the sport of football to a critical new level in St. Lucia. The government of St. Lucia, through the Ministry of Youth Development and Sports, in collaboration with the St. Lucia Football Association, came together to set up the SPFL. The theme of leveraging football to transform lives was the common thread that permeated deliveries from the various speakers during the launch. Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Youth Development and Sports, Mary Wilfred, welcomed the new entity and emphasized the significance of its launch.
This launch marks a significant development in the sporting community, specifically in the discipline of football. As a nation, we have dreamt of many possibilities that sports can bring to players, coaches, administrators, among others. This evening, we have awakened from one of the dreams and paused to mark a historic shift in sports, signaling the maturing of an independent nation.
Secondary schools across the island gathered at Sufra Stadium to cheer on their athletes with the hope of dominating the athletic world. The event, which was held for the first time on a Sunday to encourage greater parental participation, demonstrated the talent, skill, and power of young athletes. We bring you the highlights.
Winners of the recently held Island Champs Track and Field Championships were presented with their prize monies, trophies, and medals during ceremonies at the respective schools. St. Joseph's Convent emerged winners of the girls' division.
And also to commend you, St. Joseph's Convent, and to tell you to continue to be the epitome of success. Continue to show that the prowess you have in the academics will be transferred into the sport, and you will show that you are number one in both academics and sports.
VA4 Comprehensive Secondary School were the boys' champs. Tishana Jeffers, Marketing and Communications Manager, First National Bank, title sponsors of Island Champs 2024, spoke during their check presentation and encouraged the school to continue excelling in all their endeavors.
I just want to encourage you to continue making sporting and your extracurricular activities a part of you, because as you can see, Julian Alfred, a national of St. Lucia, a brand ambassador to First National, she just went out and conquered the whole world. And I'm sure the next Julian Alfred is somewhere inside here. And so I will be looking forward to seeing what Beaufort Comprehensive has to bring, because First National has made a commitment not only to youth, but to sports and social development in St. Lucia.
Fresh off the energy of Julian Alfred's success at the Paris Olympics 2024, St. Lucians gathered once again for the homecoming of new Caribbean Premier League champions, the St. Lucia Kings. With much excitement and fanfare, the Kings were treated to a concert and public celebrations on winning a championship that seemed out of their hands after suffering 2 losses. Coach Darren Sammy expressed that the energy, belief, and support was the main ingredient to the team's success. We also take this opportunity to congratulate Darren Sammy on his appointment as the West Indies cricket team head coach for all formats. Sammy will lead the West Indies Test, 50 over, and T20 men's team, marking another remarkable milestone for St. Lucia on its cricket journey.
The subject of crime and its impact has been a staple in conversations at all levels on the island. The government of St. Lucia has approached the issue of crime from a multi-pronged angle. More than just arrest, the government has sought to revisit legislation, create better structure, and provide greater resources to the police. One such decision was the appointment of Honorable Jeremiah Norbert as the Minister with responsibility for crime prevention. The appointment was met with jubilation by the former police officer, who stated that he is eager to start work in the area and his background provides a unique and welcomed perspective to the situation.
I, Jeremiah Norbert, do swear that I will be faithful and bear true allegiance to St. Lucia, that I will uphold and defend the Constitution and the laws of St. Lucia, and that I will conscientiously and impartially discharge my responsibilities to the people of St. Lucia. So help me God.
Naturally, it comes with a feeling of elation, a feeling of excitement, but also there is that eagerness to get to the task ahead. Naturally, there is a lot of work that needs to be done, and I want to just thank the Prime Minister for affording me the opportunity. And I said, naturally, it comes with, there's these little nerves that kick in, knowing that here's what we have some serious work to do. But I'm very excited. I'm eager to start what has been set out for me, the task that the Prime Minister has set out for me. I'm eager to start it.
The retirement of Police Commissioner Crusita Descats Pelius also heralded the appointment of a new acting commissioner, Vern Gard. The commissioner comes into the post with a wealth of knowledge.
I want to announce that this morning Mr. Vern Gard has been appointed by the acting Governor General, acting on the advice of the Public Service Commission as acting Police Commissioner of the Royal St. Lucia Police Force, effective 2nd September 2024. Mr. Gard was previously the Director of the Bodley Correctional Facility from October 2022, a position he held on 2 occasions, the first being over the period February 2015 to June 2018. Prior to taking up the position of Director of the Bodley Correctional Facility, in his first stint, he was a member of the Royal St. Lucia Police Force and head of the Special Branch Unit. Mr. Gard brings with him several years of experience in managing people and resources in the exercise of law enforcement.
The decision to destroy custody suites on Breed Street in Castries has presented a unique difficulty for police officers in the nation's capital. Prime Minister Honorable Philip J. Pierre has taken steps to strengthen security in the capital and the working conditions for police officers. A new custody suites facility is currently being constructed. Upon completion, the new custody suites facility will relieve pressure on police stations outside of the capital, improve operational logistics, and strengthen city security. We hear from the then Police Commissioner, Cressida Descats-Bilius, on some of those challenges.
I remember before the demolition of what we had previous, it was easy when persons were apprehended to be taken to custody suites, and of course to assist major crime and CID with their investigations. So when you don't have a custody suites, this is the challenge that major crime faces because of the volume of crime to investigate and to be going the length and breadth of St. Lucia to find a cell to keep these offenders. It's a challenge. When somebody's arrested, the officers at CID and major crime have a very difficult task because we have no place, nowhere in the city to keep these offenders. For instance, if you apprehend 3 persons or 3 perpetrators for a homicide, you will not want to keep, you cannot keep these 3 perpetrators, these 3 accused in the same cell. Now, if you have custody suites, it makes it easier for you. But if you do not have custody suites, you have to go to the length and breadth of the country to keep this offender. So having custody suites, whether it's in Beaufort, Castries, or wherever, for us now as in Castries, it's a plus.
The completion of the custody suites has been delayed due to supply chain issues. However, the Prime Minister assures that the delay is not denial, and upon completion, custody suites will have 8 holding cells and amenities for administration. 2024 saw the official start of the Halls of Justice with a sword-turning ceremony to usher in what is designed to represent a reduction in the backlog of cases before the court. The Halls of Justice are designed to house all courthouses in one area, creating better efficiency. Stay with us as we close off the last segment of our year in review.
I'm innovative.
I'm competitive.
I am productive.
I'm creative.
I constantly improve what I do.
And how I do it.
I provide excellent customer service.
I never stop learning.
I give up my best, always.
The National Competitiveness and Productivity Council, embracing excellence.
The government of St. Lucia has seen the need to prioritize entertainment and culture as a key component of our tourism product. With visitor arrival numbers reaching the highest in the last 2 years since pre-COVID, let's delve into some highlights from the 2 major events happening in St. Lucia. We speak of St. Lucia Carnival and the St. Lucia Jazz and Arts Festival. There is an intricate weaving that happens when individuals get to experience the culture of a people. There is understanding, knowledge, exchange, and deep appreciation for all that is different. We experience the La Rose Festival, the La Marguerite, Emancipation celebrations, and Journée Creole activities, all serving as reminders that the best growth happens from a place of deep roots. The tourism industry is ever-changing and ever-evolving, and the adjustments have reflected. With the introduction of an exportable song category this year, as well as the launch of Lucian Carnival in Miami, the government has embraced the concept of creativity and flexibility with the aim to place St. Lucia in the best possible position, the position of increased visitor arrivals, continued cruise vessel arrivals, which this year were 823,132, which exceeded, as we mentioned, 2019 numbers. The support of community tourism initiatives and a raw, rich, marketable product is the aim. The Atlantic Rally for Cruisers is back again for its 32nd year, and this year, the first boat to cross the finish line was No Rush, owned by Garda Bassom, with a crew of 8. Celebration continued with the official opening and welcoming of other vessels. The ARC has a history of creating a unique tourism product with over 100 boats competing and visitors staying over in St. Lucia and quite often returning. St. Lucia is nearing the end of a process of selecting cultural personalities for its underwater sculpture park. The St. Lucia Tourism Authority, SLTA, predicts that work will begin by the end of 2024 and be completed by the end of 2025. The park is expected to highlight essential aspects of St. Lucia's culture and history. As the industry continues to grow, the government continues to implore citizens to get involved and to be a central part of the tourism industry. It is our country, it is our sector, it is our tourism.
Tourism is an extraordinary sector that acts as a bridge that connects us across borders, fosters friendships and respect. When visitors explore our shores, we share stories, experiences, and traditions indigenous to our people, our culture, and our heritage. Each journey embarked upon by citizens and visitors alike teaches us to embrace the beauty in our differences and discover the common threads that unite us as human beings. As many visitors explore our vibrant markets, visit our historical landmarks, and sample our local cuisine, we as St. Lucians become ambassadors of goodwill, spreading messages of understanding and harmony. Therefore, the relationships nurtured between host communities and visitors have the potential to spark change and create a ripple effect that extends far beyond experiences. Incorporating St. Lucia's culture and heritage into the tourism experience therefore allows visitors to gain a deeper appreciation of what makes St. Lucia unique.
An extraordinary achievement that brought pride to St. Lucia on local, regional, and international stages was Julian Alfred's stellar performance at the Paris 2024 Olympics. Join us as we share the highlights and the celebrations.
wonders in the world, St. Lucia's only meant for me. So much history to be told and so much more for eyes to see. The colors feel the love, I can tell you all the way. Proud of it, proud of it, proud of it, proud of it. It don't matter where I voyage, it don't matter where I roam. Majestic people standing tall, they're guiding me back home. Raise your flags, the skies above, I can tell you all the way. Proud of it, proud of it, proud of it. So I could go up forever there to feel all the vibes and break away. I could take a trip to link up with friends and family. To my land of birth, to the place I know. No other island in the sun could ever replace you in my heart. If I ever plan to leave, I will tell you from the start. To my land of birth, to the place I love. Put up your eyes, sing on the song. I am a damn proud Lucia. Represent the land where you from. I am a damn proud Lucia, from St. Lucia. And I will raise the flag till I die. I am a damn proud Lucia. Represent the land where you from. I am a damn proud Lucia, from St. Lucia. And I will raise the flag till I die. Moving forward all together, we are strong for we are one. We can't deny this heritage, we rooted to this land. Let me see your hand, I know every single shine. I will never tread return, unashamed of this land. I getting homesick, I can't stay away too long. Can't even laugh about it, Rosie left Friday night. So I could go up forever, they could feel all the vibes and break away. I could take a trip to link up with friends and family. To my land of birth, to the place I love. No other island in the sun could ever replace you in my heart. And if I ever plan to leave, I gon' tell you from the start. To my land of birth, to the place I love. Put up your online, sing out the song. I am a damn proud Lucia. Represent the land where you from. I am a damn proud Lucia, from St. Lucia. And I will raise the flag till I die. I am a damn proud Lucia. Represent the land where you from. I am a damn proud Lucia, from St. Lucia. And I will raise the flag till I die.
And with that, we come to the end of our year in review for 2024. We thank you for joining us, and from our GIS family to yours, Happy New Year and best wishes for 2025.
It's time for St. Lucia Magazine, your monthly wrap-up.